Hey everyone, Emily here and welcome to my kitchen. Today in my garden, I picked my first cucumbers of the season, and I know moving forward from here, I'm going to have to find more and more creative ways to use up a ton of produce. If you have a garden, you're probably in the same boat as me. One of my favorite ways to do that is with dips and also veggie wraps, and we're kind of doing a two-in-one today. I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite white bean dips. And this is great just as it is. You can dip in veggie slices, you can use it for chips, whatever you want, but it also makes a really good base as a spread for a veggie wrap. So I'll show you how to put this dip together. Let's get started. The main component of this dip is going to be white beans. You can use whatever kind you want. I'm going to be using cannellini beans, so I'm going to open and drain 2 cans of those. My cat's in here because she hears the cans. Every time she hears a can, she thinks it's tuna. She's going to be very disappointed. I have my beans in the strainer and I'm just going to give those a rinse. Now that I have my beans rinsed and drained, I'm going to add them into a food processor. If you don't have one, you can probably use a blender. This is going to make it a little bit easier though. We'll set that aside and get to the rest of our ingredients, and this is one that does require a little bit of prep. I'm going to use a whole head of roasted garlic. This is very easy to put together, but it does take a little bit of time in the oven. I'll show you how to make this. You'll take a whole clove of garlic and just chop off the top so that all of the cloves are exposed. Usually you peel garlic. In this case, you're going to leave the skin on and get out a piece of foil. You'll place your garlic in the center of the foil, drizzle on a little bit of olive oil, and then wrap that up like a bundle. Then all you have to do is pop this into a 400-degree oven for about 40 to 50 minutes until the cloves are incredibly soft, and this is going to be delicious. This goes straight into the dip, but you can use this for so many things. It's fantastic just on its own. I have this one already prepared, and doesn't that look delicious? You can see that the cloves are very soft. If you squeeze them, they start to come out. We're going to put this right into the dip. This does take some time, but you don't want to use raw garlic in this. This has a completely different flavor. It's very sweet, it has a much milder flavor, and it's going to go fantastic in this dip. Now we're going to cut a lemon, remove any seeds, and squeeze about a half to a full lemon, depending on how juicy yours is, into the dip. Get a sneaky seed. Don't let any of those seeds sneak by you. I like mine to have a little bit of spice, so I'm going to add in some crushed red pepper and a few shakes of cayenne pepper. This is totally optional. You can season this however you like. I also have a little bit of rosemary left over from a recipe that I made earlier this week, so I'm going to just add in a little bit of that as well. Now all that's left is a little bit of salt, pepper, and olive oil. Season this to taste. Maybe about a teaspoon of salt and a few cracks of pepper. And then a decent amount of olive oil. You could probably use avocado oil in this as well. Now we're going to give this a good blend in the food processor. You want this to be very smooth. If it is having trouble blending up, add in a little bit more oil or a splash of water. This is at a pretty smooth consistency, so I'm just going to give it a taste and see if we need to add in any more seasoning. Tastes great. This is going to be so good. From here, you can slice up some veggies and just have it as a dip. This is a fantastic way to eat it. I'm going to put this off to the side, slice up a few more veggies, and turn this into a wrap. Of course, I'm going to start with my cucumber. This is what I need to use up. I'm going to give this a very thin slice. I'm also going to throw a tomato into here. And a bell pepper. I'm also going to throw in some broccoli sprouts, and I have some spinach in the fridge, but I've heard that these are very easy and much more cost effective to make in a mason jar, just using broccoli seeds right in your kitchen. So if you're interested in seeing me try that out, let me know in the comments and I can try and make a video out of that. I have my veggies prepped, so I'm just going to grab a little bit of our dip and spread that down on a tortilla wrap. This is a really good base for this. It just makes it a little bit more filling and adds in some protein and fiber from the beans. I'll top that off with all of my veggies. Don't want to forget our spinach. This is going to be a really full wrap. Let's give that a roll. I have some extra veggie slices left over that I didn't use in the wrap. I can use that to dip straight into this, including my tomato. This is so good. And doesn't that look delicious? Let's give it a try. So as a dip, this is perfect. So smooth, so delicious. You can taste the rosemary in there. It is a little bit spicy, so a heads up if you use the cayenne pepper, if you use the chili flakes, you are going to taste it in here, but I think it's a really good addition. And as our wrap. The wrap is definitely my favorite way to use this dip. It makes it just super filling and super fresh, and it's a great way to use up a ton of vegetables and a variety of vegetables that you might have in your garden or that you just have sitting in the fridge. Really goes great with anything, and you can kind of customize the flavor with this dip by adding in any different herbs and spices that you might prefer. I think this is a great recipe, and I'm going to be making this all summer long. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video, and I hope you'll give this recipe a try. If you do, let me know how you like it in the comment box below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can get notified every time I post. You can find the full recipe to this in the description box below, along with links to all of my social media pages and my Amazon page where you can find all of my cooking favorites. Hope to see you back here next time.